to another edition of the Unsanctioned podcast. This is Luis Vasquez via telephone. You can follow me on Twitter at Luis Vasquez 617.
This is your boy Jay Holland. And before we get into my introduction, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you start sending the commissary to Luis Vasquez. You know, he's been caught up in the whole DACA situation. We're trying to make sure that our boy Luis is able to stay on this side of the wall. All right. But anyway, this is your boy Jay Holland. You can find me across social media at JOCity, JAYOCITY. Unless it's on Facebook at that 781 at the end.
I'm Julio.
Julio, you gonna send
Fly
them? Send
like an eagle.
No, I'm not.
They let me sing out here.
you gotta put money on the line for
We're
him.
taking donations.
Go fund me.
Fund me.
Well, they only give me about 15 minutes, so you guys ready?
Yeah, man. You already know.
Royal Rumble
Hit the line, Jay.
2018.
Hit the line.
Royal Rumble 2018, you already know, man. This is the Unsanctioned podcast. We are now being sanctioned over your airwaves. Let's get it.
Gotta bring the city back. Let me know we still here. Never gonna stop. Keep rolling like a wheelchair. Can't be shook. You know the wolf smell fair. Throw him in the trunk. Turn your man to a straight stare. No tire, just money, so fire.
Yeah, man. We got one of the big. This is the first. This is the first of the big four. This is the oldest one.
There is.
This is the start.
2018 has officially started.
The start of the WWE calendar. Royal Rumble.
The road to
This is it,
WrestleMania.
man.
Oh man,
This is it.
and it's a historic one.
2018 is going to be a big year. It's going to be a standout year.
It's standout already. We got our first women's Royal Rumble match.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
I don't know, but I'm
Wait,
kind
I'm
of.
kind of sad about it. I'm mad and happy about it because why did it take this long? Why in 2018? 2018 is supposed to be a futuristic year. We're supposed to see a lot of things in 2018, like flying cars. Why are we just seeing a women's Royal Rumble match? But nonetheless, the pro is, we got it. Here it is, finally.
You have
Here.
14 minutes remaining on your call.
It actually said 13, but
You know, I think
I'm hyped, guys.
I think finally we have the women capable enough and talented enough to
make
put
it over
on
the
a
top
match.
rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. We finally have some athletes, some real women wrestlers, and not models who portray women wrestlers. So I
Right.
think that's the
True.
biggest
True.
the biggest start to it. But looking up and down this Royal Rumble card, man,
Jam packed.
jam packed. But you know,
Jam-packed.
it is missing a match. And for those who've been sleeping under a rock, the guy formerly known as the realest champ in the room is no longer a part of WWE. He's been caught up with some legal situations. And
Womp womp.
poor Cedric Alexander, man.
Poor Jay. I don't know what Jay's gonna do now. You gonna shed? Did you shed your tears already? Or-
Nah, man, I can't shed tears, man. If what I read was true, man, I can't shed tears. You know what I mean? It's I hope
Your
it's.
hero.
I'm
Your hero.
I'm
Your
hoping it's
hero.
not true, just for his case.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, say it ain't so. You know what I mean, but the fame, it seemed like it went to his head. If there's any truth to it, but I reserve judgment until all the facts are
Innocent
collected.
until proven guilty.
Yeah, all the facts are collected. But I wish everyone involved. Hopefully. Hopefully they can get past this, and hopefully there's no truth to it. But we'll see over time. Yeah. But overall, man, like Julio said, this is a jam-packed card, man. When you look at the Royal Rumble, up and down, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match with the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
2 out of 3 false tag team match. That's a very rare thing.
Very rare.
You don't really see that much.
Nah, Luis, let's start with you on this one, man, because, we were there at Clash of Champions, and we saw, hell of action. And honestly, if I may speak for everyone, we were thoroughly impressed with Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable put in work. So, Luis,
Work.
let us know your prediction and how this match is going to go.
Well, to be honest, I hate to continue on the note of a downer, but, the stuff that went down with Jey Uso that was all over the mainstream media, being pulled over for DUI after a live event and all that, this might be WWE's punishment to the Usos. And the Usos, they're on fire. They're on fire. We see their promos. It's like poetry. It's beautiful. They got it down pat. They're in their prime. We thought we saw the Usos in their prime before when they were in the face paint and the colorways and all that. No. They stepped up their game. And I think on Sunday, we may see the ramifications of what people are kind of, and I understand it kind of does look like it. I can agree with it. WWE sweeping the incident under the rug and just bringing them back. Usually like obviously what Enzo did, you can't compare that to what happened to Jey Uso, but typically WWE takes a hardline stance on these kinds of things, especially when it involves an arrest. So to see them just pop up on TV like nothing and hold on to the belts, I think they're waiting for an opportunity here to do that. That's the back way of how I see things. Then you go into are they ready? Are Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin ready to lead the charge in the tag team division? And I say, hey, why not? Why not? They've lasted this long as partners. They've got energy. They've got chemistry. So go for it and see what happens. If not, you can use them as a transition to someone else, a different team, while the Usos go through they have to do, in terms of punishment.
Now, your official prediction for this match.
Usos going down. Sorry, they don't win. Usos lose the titles, unfortunately.
And 2 straight falls, or does it go 3?
No, it goes down to the wire. It does. And if it doesn't, there we go. There's the punishment. Big time. Like, super obvious.
10 minutes remaining on your call, inmate. 10 minutes. Julio, what is your prediction for this match?
I was going to say Gable and Benjamin. Is Chad Gable 205 pounds or under?
you think Chad Gable goes to 205
If Chad Gable's 205 pounds or under, he's on 205 Live in a couple of weeks. If he's over 205, then Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable are winning this match.
That'll be the quickest turn feud ever.
I think it's just time to do something new in that tag team division.
So, building off of what I said and kind of playing into what Julio just said, I do envision if Gable and Benjamin go over and win the titles, I do envision that being a transition over towards rewarding Rusev and Aiden English.
Yes, agree. Rusev Day.
Rusev Day.
My official prediction for this match, I think it does go all 3 falls. I think Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin do go over. But, however, I do not think it's a transitional championship. I think it's something where they would hold off on Rusev Day until WrestleMania, where they could get the biggest and loudest pop and most attention. But, yeah, I have Gable and Benjamin going over in 3 falls. Next up on the card, we have
Hold on now, Jay. Now, is that the logical thing to do in your mind, or is that just far-fetched idea to you?
In regards to holding off to WrestleMania for Rusev Day?
Yep.
I think that's the best possible moment to do it. When you look at the SmackDown Tag Team division, who else do you have in the pipeline? You don't want to go back to the New Day, although you can, but you don't want to.
I hate to interject here. I kind of think we see there's some tag teams coming up that we forget are around.
Yeah, that are coming up.
Yes, but they're around, and I think we'll see them get tag team title opportunities before Rusev Day. Ultimately, I think WWE is building up Rusev to be a single star again, and Aiden English just be his lackey. Yeah. I think
now it's just the moneymaker. They're shaking the tree right now.
I think the big pop for Rusev Day that we're thinking of, we can see at WrestleMania, but I think we'll see it for a singles title, not for a tag team title.
Right on.
All right, so moving forward, we have the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus Luis's team captains, The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus. The Dragon Ball Z fusion pose that they do. So we're going to start off with you here, Jeune. What is your official prediction for this match?
You know what? I think in the past few Raws, we saw them teasing some dissension with Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins. I think Jason Jordan is getting what we like to call X-Pac levels of heat. I think he's made to be a heel, unfortunately. Kind of reverse Stone Cold Steve Austin effect, where he's a heel who's really getting cheered, so he's a face. This guy's a face who's getting booed, so he's going to be a heel. And I think The Bar is going to come back and take that tag team championship. I actually think we might see The Bar turn into a face tag team. Because I think we've seen a lot of things with the Revival coming back, and again, those aforementioned tag teams that are coming up, and I think we might see The Bar turn into a face tag team.
Luis.
I like it.
Luis, what's your take on this?
I'm vibing. I'm vibing with that.
The bar.
I think
The bar. Yes, we know.
especially with Roman Reigns losing the title, I think that plays into a little bit, slightly into releasing Seth Rollins into the singles competition again.
Agreed.
And however that goes down, I think that's the plan. I think he's been doing his thing. He's been. I don't want to say pay his dues because I feel like he's already done that, but he's already put in his time in the tag team division. Dean Ambrose is not in the picture right now. He can do his singles thing. Dean can come back in a few months, do what he's got to do. I'm sure he's going to take it out on either Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins, and I do see the bar going over here.
I have a twist for you guys. I think Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan retains the championships. I think the little chaos and mismanagement is something that they're going to use moving forward. And honestly, I think right now that there was an injury going on to Mr. Ambrose, I think WrestleMania cards shuffle, and I think it eventually will become Jason Jordan versus Seth Rollins.
I agree. I actually think Seth
It's a
Rollins.
great match.
I actually think Seth Rollins bound for SmackDown in the next Superstar Shakeup.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
But I think he puts Jason Jordan over before that happens.
No, they'd kill Seth Rollins by doing something like that.
Well, no, I don't think it'll kill. I think it just brings more heat.
Yeah.
I think it brings more heat.
Nah, they'd kill Seth
Just
Rollins.
imagine Jason Jordan coming out.
A clean win over Seth?
Seth Rollins?
Just imagine Jason Jordan coming out like, I defeated the Architect. You know how much heat? He couldn't even get a word out in Raw 25.
Yeah, he's a huge heat.
Yeah, so just imagine if he was to beat the Architect.
Kurt Angle couldn't get words out at certain points, especially earlier on when he was turning into a heel. So maybe we're seeing a reincarnation of that.
Yeah, like father, like son.
My best tune. Jason Jordan's a huge talent, and they should play off that. They should play off the X-Pac type heat.
I
Career killer, but
I think he's surpassed
carry him.
X-Pac type heat already. I think he
What was that?
surpassed it. I think he surpassed X-Pac type heat. But if I'm being open, since I do have an available slot in my stable open, I may just invite Mr. Jordan to join that stable. So
He has big shoes to fill.
he has real big shoes to fill. How you doing? Oh man,
he got a big head to fill.
Now this next matchup, man, it's me and Jeune was talking about this before. It's kind of unique because although I love AJ Styles, I kind of want to see him lose in this match just to see how the dynamic would be with having two people as WWE champion. How would that work? And of course, we're talking about the WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the WWE title. Luis, try to help me make sense of this. If Owens and Zayn wins this match, how do you see them carrying the championship?
It would be an old playoff of the KO and Jericho thing. That kind of dynamic. That's what would go down. We're the champion. We're the champions.
But to interject
I
here,
think it would go down like that. I just don't see it.
But to interject, although Jericho and KO went with that role, everyone knew Kevin Owens was the official champion. If Zayn and Owens wins this match, they will both be recognized as WWE champion. And I think that is a little different.
Right. No, and that's what I'm having trouble wrapping my head around, that whole concept. And so that definitely is one of those, I guess, creative blunders. They're always trying something new, but they can get too ahead of themselves and step out of the line of tradition. And I don't think that's always a great thing. So I'm nervous about that one. I'm just hoping to avoid that altogether. I think it could be catastrophic. I think if it happens, cool, we'll have some funny moments and all that, and it'll cater to the new crowd. But people who are more purist, traditionalists, I don't think they'll enjoy that. And I think I tend to lean more towards the purist side, the more traditionalist side. And so I would hope to avoid that. And so that's where I stand with that match.
Now,
That was all the way.
Now, hear me out with this one. Do you think they would defend the title under Freebird rules?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. And if they don't, I'm done. I tap out.
They just rock, paper, scissors, shoot to decide who's gonna wrestle the match before?
I guess whatever's more convenient for them. Yeah. but it needs to absolutely be under Freebird rules. 103%. Yes.
I like how you added. I like how you added the 3 because of the Freebirds with 3 people.
I stood by my man Road Dogg. I stood by my man Road Dogg for so long. If that happens, oh no, oh no.
I can't predict this match. It's so difficult because of that handicap dynamic. We could see AJ Styles win, and they make him look like a very strong champion.
Yeah,
we could see that. But it just makes, opposite of what Luis is saying, it makes too much sense because you have so many built-in storylines if you have 2 people as the champion. You could have one person doing all the work and the other person taking all the credit, and now you got a feud. You could have, okay, we both can't be champion. I'm the real champion. No, I'm the real champion, and now we got a feud. Either way, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are feuding off of this. They're building to...
Yeah, but why do you need a prop for that?
I don't think you need a...
honestly, because it builds for, an interesting storyline, because this has never happened in WWE history.
It's a new
It's
thing.
new, and it's fresh. B, I think it helps Kevin Owens turn face.
Right now.
Yes, and I agree with that.
I think this is ultimately turning Kevin Owens'
face. Yes, in a Stone Cold Steve Austin type of anti-face role. And I think you're seeing they're going to turn Sami Zayn into a heel.
And my biggest thing was, and I believe we said this earlier, man, this is the new Triple H Shawn Michaels feud. Like, this is what's going to be, like, rehashed, reworked, recooked, stored, come back to it. Like, this has that. Everyone knows their compelling friendship and how far they go back. And, days in NXT. And I think...
Yeah, but they already did all of this.
But when you look at...
came up.
But when you look at it, Kevin Owens has always been the person to advance from it.
No, but this would be different.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying the reason why it would be different is because now Sammy's the heel, and he can actually advance from it.
I don't think the heel face dynamic between the two makes a difference this time. The difference is they both won this together. That's never happened, and it's the
True.
WWE Championship. It's not the Money in the Bank title. It's not a King of the Ring title. It's the highest title in the company that they have, and now 2 people are the champion, and that's never happened in any promotion ever.
And it's chaotic. And not to mention, you throw in the dynamic between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, and that they're not on the same page.
Right.
That just leads to interesting television.
Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do is
like it.
I think what they're trying to do is make SmackDown interesting, and by just having now one. There's not enough to make SmackDown interesting. There's not enough. I think you need something else to spice it up a little bit.
No, to counter that, SmackDown to me is the better storytelling show. And had they not canceled Talking Smack, it would still be up there, high ranking. We would talk about it the way we used to talk about it. But we know it can't outclass Monday Night Raw for obvious reasons. Raw is 25 years old, et cetera, et cetera.
Another reason why I think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to win this match, the fact that Daniel Bryan is the one that's kind of on their side. That makes me think that they're going to win this match.
Luis, we didn't get an official prediction from you, man.
He did say Styles all the way.
He said for the wrestling purists.
He said I'm going. That's the reason why I'm going AJ Styles all the way.
I did. I said AJ Styles all the way.
Yep.
Then I went off on a little Road Dogg tangent where he better call somebody if it goes the other way.
Yep.
But hearing you guys, man, it makes me nervous.
Yeah,
this could
man.
really happen.
Hey,
Dang,
I think
could really happen.
And you know what? They may even make 2 belts. And they'll wear 2 belts, 2 exact same WWE Championship
Bro,
belts.
I'm like I said, I'm a huge AJ fan, but I'm loving that this angle can go so many different ways. I want to see it happen, kind of.
I'm just interested to see what they can do with it. I just hope they don't fuck it up.
Do you think
that's the thing? That's the thing. Yo, right there.
Yeah.
Just to get ahead of ourselves,
Always
do you
do.
see it happening? Just to get ahead of ourselves, do you see that being a WrestleMania headline match?
No.
Owen Zayn.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No,
They'll feud for a little bit.
Because of that, because we don't see it, that's probably what's going to happen. It's going to be horrible.
There's a lot of time between now and WrestleMania. I think you see them carry the belt for a couple months and then drop it, and then now
They'll
they're feuding.
toy with it to see how it goes.
And now they're feuding at WrestleMania. They drop it to whoever. John Cena's, I don't know who, but they drop it.
All right.
Could they drop it to The Undertaker?
Nah.
It didn't sound like he was finished the other day.
No, I mean, I don't believe Undertaker's finished regardless. It was interesting to see him come out on Raw 25. But me personally, I would love to see Undertaker come out as the American Badass.
Yeah.
That just because the way he left WrestleMania 33 with the gloves in the ring and everything, I think that was a perfect way for that version of the Undertaker to retire.
I think we're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead.
Yeah,
here.
we are.
We're jumping ahead.
We
here.
are. Let's reel it back in. Oh, reel it back in for the realest ones in the room. But but you guys know we can't talk WWE title without also talking about his counterpart, the WWE Universal Championship match. I don't know about you guys, but I am thoroughly invested in this angle. I love the way they're building up Braun. I love how he used the grappling hook to bring down the set on him. Like, they are really making him look like a monster. The only thing that will really extremely piss me off is if he only takes one F5 and loses. I will blow my motherfucking lid if that happens again.
You guys mind if I get my prediction first?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, once it's happened once, it's very prone to happening again.
I'm going to get my prediction first.
Let's hear it.
The winner of this match
If you say Kane, I'm going to throw
is
this.
going to be Kane.
Get the
Is going to be Kane. Here's why.
He's running for mayor.
Here's why. And he'll drop it like in 2 weeks to whoever.
Elimination Chamber's the next month.
Yeah, he's not going to carry it through that. He's going to win it. He's winning at Royal Rumble. Kane is winning at Royal Rumble because no one's picking Kane to win at Royal Rumble. That's exactly why. And Braun Strowman, I feel like they're building him up to look like he's going to win, and that's too obvious. And Brock Lesnar, he's carried it for too long. The way they're having these two monsters go against him and kind of beat him up lately. And you saw the way Braun Strowman tossed him a few weeks ago, how Kane chokeslammed him so easily. I just don't see him retaining throughout this match. But I do see him being the champion at WrestleMania.
The versus Roman Reigns.
The versus Roman Reigns, unfortunately. But I think Kane's winning this match. Kane is winning this match. You didn't throw Kane in the match for no reason.
I think they threw Kane in because it was like, okay, we need something to do. Who can we match you up with? All right, let's throw you with the big
He didn't
dogs.
come back after months of not being around to throw him away. He's winning this match. In 2 weeks, he's losing the belt.
But here's the tidbit, and
I think
Kane mentioned it. Kane mentioned it. He has never lost to Brock Lesnar.
Right. And you got to figure, Kane's coming at the end of his career. There's not too many WWE Hall of Fame caliber wrestlers on the roster right now. He's by far one of WWE Hall of Fame caliber. I think they're trying to pad his stats like we always try to say on this podcast. WWE is big into padding stats. He's a one-time champion.
No.
He's a one-time WWE champion.
Oh, yeah. But he also won World Heavyweight Championship.
Come on, man.
ECW Heavyweight Championship.
Come on. We're talking about the big belt.
You know what I mean?
We're talking about one of the two big belts.
He did. He cashed in.
World
Money in the
Heavyweight
Bank.
title does not count. World Heavyweight title does not. A belt that Mark Henry carried and the Great Khali carried does not count.
Oh, you just can't shit on that,
It
man.
does
There's a
not
lot.
count.
Chris Benoit had that belt, man. You can't shit on that belt, bro.
What do you mean?
Triple H carried that belt.
You just give me more reason.
Triple H carried that belt.
And part of the reason he stopped carrying it because he didn't want to work Thursday nights, so they gave it to JBL.
Nah, stop it, bro. Stop it. It was on Monday Night Raw for the longest. Goldberg had it on Raw.
They're padding Kane's stats. Kane's winning this match. That's my prediction. The Big Red Machine,
Goldberg,
to our dismay, is winning the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania.
I don't think Brock Lesnar
At
ever held
Royal
that
Rumble.
title though, the World Heavyweight title.
Big
But,
Red Machine.
So we got Julio June's prediction for Kane, and I think we're gonna mark that as the hot take, right there.
Mark it down.
That is the hot take. Luis, talk some sense back into this man. Who's your prediction?
Kane is in my stable. I claim him. I do. I love Kane. Kane, oh man, what a great story and a sad one at the same time. I think my boy Kane is there to take the pinfall. And
You said Katie Vick? What? Huh?
Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry. What?
Katie Vick? Huh? What? What?
All that. The lack of respect to his character when they could have continued just building around the Big Red Machine concept. It's just, man, agonizing, man. It's just it's a tragedy in itself. How he's even like rated like 77 or 8, it's just low 80s, mid 80s in WWE 2K. So things like that, you know what I mean, or how he's portrayed, or how he can take a pinfall. But this past run he's had, like squashing Finn Balor with like 3 choke slams, he's getting a little bit more respect. But ultimately, he's there to take a pinfall.
He's here to look at the lights
from Brock Lesnar.
He's there to look at the lights. He's counting the lights
because you're not gonna have Braun looking weak.
Okay.
So he'll miss out on that spot there at the end. And if you're going to put the belt on Braun Strowman this time of year, you're going to do that at WrestleMania and give him his moment.
Braun Strowman will not have the belt in 2018. Period.
For whole 2018.
Whole 2018.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge mark. I'm not a huge mark for Braun Strowman.
I am huge.
I think in terms of the momentum,
he's in my stable.
He's huge, Braun Strowman.
He is in my stable.
I just think he has the Undertaker effect where he doesn't need a belt.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need a belt to make him who he is.
WWE is into padding stats big time, especially with Roman Reigns, who I love. I love Roman Reigns, but they're in the padding stats business now in a fast-paced, moving world, and they're looking to build people up ASAP, very quick. All of a sudden, next month, 3-time WWE Universal Champion. So they're into that, and I think that's what's going to happen here. It's going to help pad Braun Strowman's stats.
So you think Braun goes over?
No, but I think he'll have his WrestleMania moment that involves the belt, whether he carries it in somehow or he wins it there, but it's not happening at the Royal Rumble, and Kane is going to get pinned by Brock Lesnar.
Too obvious.
Yep.
I guess we're all splitting this because I think Braun is going over. I think Braun goes over. I think, and let me reiterate what happens. I think Lesnar's not taking the pin. All right, that's just fact. Kane is taking the pin. Kane will be F5'd. Braun will then power slam Brock. Brock will roll out of the ring. Kane will sit up, go for a choke slam. Braun will power out of that power slam. 1, 2, 3. He becomes champ. Braun walks out of Royal Rumble, WWE Universal Champion. Now, if we want to get ahead of ourselves, as I mentioned, Elimination Chamber is the following month. I think they treat Braun how they did Bray Wyatt. He holds it until the next person come by and takes it. And I think that next person will be Brock Lesnar. I think just putting him in the Elimination Chamber, making him look super, super beast, primal beast, and he wins it back. I think that right there sets him up going into WrestleMania and builds his stock.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Braun Strowman incapacitated, but ultimately he comes out as a winner at the end of the night, and I'll tell you why when we get to our next set of predictions.
Bro. Next up, we have the women's first annual, the historic 30-woman over-the-top Royal Rumble. Gentlemen, we know about 20 competitors in the field. We do not know the remaining 10 females. So this is wide open. Luis, we're going to start with you. Who is your dark horse? And okay, you said Sasha is your winner. All right. he didn't even want to give a surprise or anything. He just Sasha Banks. You know what I mean? So tell us why you think Sasha.
But if I had to pick a dark horse, like you just said, my sleeper pick is Bayley. Definitely Bayley. That's the sleeper pick. Bayley's a sleeper pick because she hasn't really done anything. They haven't maximized her potential at all since being called up to the main roster. But she's capable of putting on a 5-star match. And who they match her up with, obviously that's a whole other thing, and they're going to need to figure that out. But there's some options there, obviously, with the Sasha Banks of the world and Charlotte. But I think she is a dark horse who has a great chance of winning within the dark horse world. So
the hugger?
She could go over and be the last woman standing. But my main pick Sasha Banks. She brings it. She's got it all. She's the complete package. She's WrestleMania worthy.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. Sasha Banks is a good pick.
Luis, really?
Sasha Banks is a good pick. Now, there's a reason why I don't think Sasha Banks is going to win.
Okay.
Even though it was an accident, even though it could happen to anybody, I think she's going to be punished for possibly ending the career of Paige. To say Sasha Banks is going over Asuka after what they made Asuka look in the last year and a half undefeated still in the whole time in WWE, Asuka is winning this match. But
Asuka is the obvious choice. Like, oh, that was super obvious. All that just.
Well, I mean, we just picked Brock Lesnar for the last 7 months. We're not building. You're not building this girl for. You're not building this girl for a year and a half, making her look extremely dominant against everybody she faces for her to just lose. She's gonna win it, but Bayley was a good dark horse pick because Bayley is going to be our Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Iron Woman. She'll be in the match the longest. She'll be one of the first 2 people. She'll get the sympathy of the fans, and that's how the people get behind her. But she's not winning this. Come on, the winner of this match gets an opportunity to main event for the women at WrestleMania. You need box office draw. I'm sorry, Bayley's not doing that by herself. Winner's either going to be Asuka. Last 4 women will be Asuka, Bayley, Charlotte, and a surprise entrant.
And who's your sleeper pick?
My sleeper pick, Naomi.
Ooh.
Naomi.
I like that.
Naomi.
I like that.
I like that sleeper pick.
Notice I didn't pick Nia Jax. It hurt me not to pick Nia Jax. It pained me not to pick Nia Jax, but Nia Jax not winning. The biggest person in the Rumble never wins the Rumble. Facts.
Here's why I think Nia Jax will win the Rumble. Just the way they're kind of feuding right now with Asuka and Nia, and people are really starting to get behind Nia Jax. I think there's no better women's matchup on Raw that can happen right now between those two.
I agree.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sasha Asuka would be interesting. Asuka Bayley on the main roster would be interesting. But if you really want Asuka to get over, you really want people to be like, okay, she's dead and all. She needs to like go over an immovable object, and that is Nia Jax. Like, I think Nia dominates the Rumble. I think she wins. No BS about it. I think Nia Jax wins the Rumble. But ultimately, my dark horse for this, my super dark horse for this, I would have to say is Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Think Becky Lynch
All
is my
good
dark
picks.
horse.
All good picks. Needless to say, we don't know who the hell is going to win this match.
We don't.
We don't know who.
We don't even know all the people in it.
But let me pose this question to you, gentlemen. Yes or no? Quickly. Will Ronda Rousey be in this match?
No.
Luis?
I don't think so. Nope.
And my whole dynamic
I'd love to
is.
see it.
I
wins. Oh no.
I think it'll be intriguing, but when I look at it, like, let me rephrase my pick. And now that I think about it, because Raw, I think in order to set up the Raw Women's Championship match, you do not need the Royal Rumble winner. So I think that's why I'm gonna put more money on. If Ronda Rousey's not in it, if Ronda Rousey's in it, then yes, she goes over.
They never said that the winner of this women's match is going to compete for their brand's title. They said for the title at WrestleMania. So I think you could see something where somebody wins and then jumps and goes to the other brand for that title.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening like that. I think Raw pretty much has in mind what they want to do. SmackDown if Ronda Rousey's there, we already know where that's going to lead.
SmackDown, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey.
We already know that.
Yeah.
But if that does not happen, I think it's interesting to see that Becky Lynch wins it.
For your first women's Royal Rumble match, you know something historic has to happen. And I think you bring no bigger piece of history than bringing Ronda Rousey in. There's no female legend past that they could bring in that will bring in the cachet of Ronda Rousey. And I think that's why we see Ronda Rousey in the women's Royal Rumble match. Will we see Stephanie maybe?
Nah.
She announced it. It.
We're not seeing Stephanie.
She announced it.
Stephanie's not coming out.
I think it would be cool. As a fan, I think it would be cool.
Stephanie's not coming out.
I would feel terrible for all the women who participated in that match. I would feel terrible for the female members of the roster who helped to build up the women's revolution and beyond. I would feel terrible for them, for an outsider to come to such a historic event, being the first women's Royal Rumble, and having that person catapult over them and steal that spotlight over all the hard work.
Without being the winner, I don't think
shit happens.
I don't think you steal the spotlight. I think you get your oh my god.
I'm saying if you win.
I think you get your oh my god moment, which is what you obviously want with something historic like this. And I think you reward the women that put forth the effort by making them the last four being your four main women, putting on a great match that lasts 30 minutes with just them four, and then the ultimate winner being somebody on the actual brand, on the actual roster. But you get your wow moment with Ronda Rousey.
Right.
Now, if we're really being honest about our dark horses, because I don't think, honestly, we named people who we think are a dark horse, but realistically would be winners. Who is you guys as real dark horses?
You mean surprise entrance?
No, just in general, like a Mandy Rose is a dark horse.
A dark horse to me that can honestly have a shot to win Ruby Riott.
Okay.
She's a dark horse. She could win. She's not green like the other rookie NXT females.
Yep.
If you notice, she kind of leads her spot. She kind of has that rocker image that Paige is now going to be relinquishing. She has the independent pedigree that Paige had. So she could win.
Luis, who would be your real true dark horse?
I think she's the one. I agree. I'd love to be able to pick my own, but I think everything he just said makes sense. I'm not a huge Ruby Riott fan. I'm not a huge Ruby Riott guy, but I think she is, if we have to reach way down deep into our sleeper pickisms, she's the one. Yeah, I can see that happening. In order to establish a big new star, I think they go that route, especially after losing Paige, who shares a lot of the same physical looking traits as she does.
If I'm going to be honest, my true underdog would be Carmella.
She's the Money in the Bank, though.
That's not really alone.
No, but it is. Here's why I said, yeah, she's definitely an underdog.
Hey.
We're not looking at Carmella
I think you just copped out of your own question.
Nah, because let's be honest. Without that Money in the Bank title, how many of us are looking at her?
Level as our Bayley and Naomi.
I agree.
Did you just say that?
I agree. I absolutely agree.
She's
holding the Money in the Bank like she's not,
bro.
She's on the levels with no, she's not a dark horse.
Nah, bro.
You're making it sound like she's a jobber.
What is her
for
signature
the
win?
Division. She's the Money in the Bank winner. That's the signature win.
No. Well, come on. Realistically,
she's walking around with her signature win every single televised event.
How she win that Money in the Bank?
She won it actually. Ellsworth won it at first. If you recall, they had a rematch and she won it.
What?
She won it.
And Ellsworth didn't get involved in that second match?
I mean, he didn't grab the briefcase.
No, but he didn't get involved in that second match?
Just like a valet would get involved with the match with the male wrestler. It's nothing different.
Anyway, she is not your power four on SmackDown. Let's be honest.
On SmackDown, yes, she is.
She's not your power four.
Charlotte, Naomi, Becky, and her.
You just forgot Natalya.
Natalia's a veteran. I don't really count her. She's like a John Cena for the women's division.
No, you cannot exclude her. She's a power four.
I don't know.
Right.
She's very interchangeable with Carmella. I'll tell you that much. Very interchangeable.
Very interchangeable.
Very interchangeable.
Okay. So since you guys are not accepting that dark horse choice, I would go Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville's a good choice. Sonya Deville's a good choice. She looks the part.
Sonya Deville.
She looks the part. She looks
That would be my, especially with her getting that big win over Sasha Banks a couple of rounds ago.
She looks the part.
Yeah, that would be my dark horse.
I just don't know with what's the girl's name on NXT? That does the MMA
Shayna
thing?
Baszler?
Shayna Baszler, and then possibly having Ronda Rousey in. If with those two names coming in, if you're gonna be building up Sonya Deville, I think you're gonna be having her wait for those other two to come up to do something with.
Only time will tell. Time will tell.
We'll see.
Gentlemen,
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
We are coming to the end.
Finally.
The men's over the top 30-man Royal Rumble match. Predictions. Before we get into predictions, let me ask you guys one question. What is your one wild card entry that you think you'll see?
A surprise entrant?
Surprise entrant. Someone that you wouldn't expect to see.
I'm going super out the box with this one. Where's the pay-per-view happening? Philadelphia?
Philly.
I'm going to say CM Punk.
Is that a logical?
I'm going to say we were talking out the box, and that's as out the box as I can get. CM Punk.
Can we be realistic, though?
All right, Lashley.
Lashley? Okay. Luis?
Yeah, I was going to say Lashley. I'd love to say Sting. I think Sting could make a little cameo there because he doesn't have to carry a match. And he's obviously still in shape. He still makes appearances. He still looks like Sting.
But he hasn't got the clearance.
Possibility.
He hasn't got WWE clearance.
I don't know. I feel like there's ways around that for a Royal Rumble.
If we're talking about Daniel Bryan possibly coming back, what is this WWE clearance?
Yeah, there's always that too.
You know what I mean?
Right. Daniel Bryan is definitely one who's rumored. I could see that happening. And again, because it's a Royal Rumble, there's ways around it for sure. That's where I stand. Bobby Lashley, Sting, Daniel Bryan.
You know, I had one.
You, Jay?
I have to go with one Ethan Carter the third.
Are people going to know who that is?
Oh, people know EC3.
Yeah, like 25 fans out of 25,000 in that crowd are going to know EC3.
Yeah, and it's just like everyone thought.
It was like Derek Bateman's back.
And people were going to be like, oh. they didn't. A lot of people didn't know about AJ Styles, too, supposedly.
Everybody knew about
supposedly.
AJ Styles. Come on. You did not just compare EC3 to AJ Styles.
Oh, my God.
TNA stars.
Oh, my God.
TNA stars.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying.
EC3 was a TNA star for 2.5 years in TNA's doldrums. AJ Styles was a TNA star when TNA was something.
You can't even tell me when TNA was something.
TNA was something.
When
they went head-to-head with Raw on Monday nights.
They did not go
yes,
head-to-head.
Yes, they did.
No.
Yeah, they went head-to-head with Raw on Monday nights.
They were in the same time slot. They
went
head-to-head.
head-to-head 2 hours. Raw was 3 hours, but they went head-to-head 2 hours.
Was that competition?
Raw. I mean, they tried it. They tried to go head-to-head.
Julio Jeune.
Listen.
Right.
Was that serious competition?
In 2005 to like 2008, TNA was popping.
Julio Jeune. That is
TNA was popping.
That is like comparing
I'll tell
the
you
D-League
exactly
to the
why
NBA.
TNA was popping, because the same guys who are main event stars on WWE right now were the TNA main event stars. Your Bobby Roodes, your Samoa Joes, your AJ Styles. Those were the stars. And who's
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Thank you, Luis. Booker T.
Stop it.
Thank you, Luis.
All right.
You guys are horrible
Sting.
with that right now.
Sting.
Stop.
Mick Foley.
Bubba Ray.
Come on. Hey.
Did you just say Bubba Ray?
Bubba Ray.
Bully Ray.
Bubba Ray.
You are not using that as a credible.
Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray was credible.
Oh, my
goodness.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
you just compared
I
EC3
can't.
to AJ Styles. I'm just like,
I can't. Like I said, EC3.
Blasphemy.
Reason why I said EC3. And I'm predicting that EC3 will debut, and he will get a huge pop.
EC3 wouldn't get a pop if this was an
Maybe
NXT Royal Rumble.
Nope. He will get a huge pop.
He wouldn't get a pop if this was
Bank on
a
it.
205 Live Royal Rumble.
Bank on it. And,
Okay.
and if I want to go a step further, James Storm comes out.
James Storm, I could see more than EC3. EC3, people are going to be like, who the hell is this? For the Royal Rumble, that cannot be a surprise entrant. That cannot be a surprise entrant that people care about.
No respect, I tell you.
Not for
EC3. If
Sorry.
you're ever listening, just know who had your back.
EC3, not the Royal Rumble. Backlash.
Backlash.
Bragging rights. Those are your type of pay-per-views. You can make your debut.
Oh, my goodness.
Not the Royal Rumble. Not a Big Four pay-per-view.
Wow.
Hell no.
Wow.
Hell no.
And,
Can you look at, imagine the Royal Rumble packages next year when they're showing all the surprise entrants from years past and they show AJ Styles and DDP and Booker T and Diesel and then show EC3? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Bro, they had the boogeyman.
Come on, man.
They had the boogeyman.
The boogeyman will get a bigger pop than EC3.
I can't with you.
Yeah.
I can't.
Boogeyman will get a bigger pop than EC3.
No, man. I can't do that with you.
Come on, man.
Can't.
EC3.
EC3, I got your back, homie.
EC3J. Oh my goodness.
EC3. That's I'm running with it.
Goodness.
That is my
First of all, I'll
wild
tell you
pick.
why he wouldn't be a surprise entrant, because they can't even call him EC3 on WWF.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Julio. Anthem has signed
yeah,
deals.
they can.
Yes, but why are they going to call him
This is a
Ethan
new
Carter, knowing
thing in
that
place.
Dixie Carter, the former owner of TNA, who was a longtime rival of theirs, why would they bring her last name
who
into
also
WWE?
appeared on WWE
Right,
programming.
and they showed her for 10
They're
seconds.
cool now. They're cool now.
Yeah, but her name doesn't have enough clout in the WWE universe to even use it.
I don't know, man. There's been a lot of dirt on that name.
No. If he's coming in at something, he's coming in at something different name. You got to introduce him. You got to make the fan base familiar with him. You're not throwing him out there on Royal Rumble.
I don't know. We're gonna see. But those are my two: James Storm and Ethan Carter III.
We forgot about Kurt Angle.
Yeah, no.
Kurt Angle's in this Royal Rumble match.
Nah.
Kurt Angle's in the Royal Rumble.
Nah, I'm not seeing it.
How aren't you seeing it?
I don't see it happening.
What are you talking about? He just on he fought on 2 of the last 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah, I don't see it going 3 for 3. I think they let him heal up for WrestleMania.
I think you build his WrestleMania feud in this match. There's only 12 confirmed names,
Yeah.
which lets you know there are tons of surprises.
Yeah, you're gonna get your Mojo Rowleys. You're gonna
Tons. Mojo Riley's confirmed.
You might get Todd Dillinger at 10 again.
I could definitely see, especially if we're talking about Daniel Bryan possibly in this match. I think you could see
Not
Kurt
happening.
Angle in this match.
Not happening. But to each his own. Luis, who is your 2018 Royal Rumble winner? Who is the man that is taking that road to WrestleMania?
I've got 2 names floating at the top of my list. They're
Well,
both
too
young.
bad only one can go. Who is the one? Cut the BS. Our listeners don't want the
I'm
BS.
debating. Oh man, I'm wrestling between Finn Balor reclaiming what's his and Braun Strowman carrying his momentum. If I had to choose one, I'm going to go with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Give it a shot, and I think that is kind of like a way to maybe freshen up the storylines a little bit or interject him back into the main event scene.
With that,
Sure, because it makes sense, and everyone knows that's coming.
With that being said, and I know there's no possible realm for this happening, but say Finn Balor does win, and AJ is champion going into WrestleMania. Do you see that match being a possibility?
Not after they just
Yeah,
wasted it on that
definitely
pay-per-view
how
a
they
couple
tried
months
it out.
ago.
But that
Yeah.
match was so clamored,
They
and now
wasted it.
and now you factor in the Good Brothers,
Right, now you raise
Anderson
the
and Gallows.
and I think it'd be fire.
It'd be a great match. It'd be a great match. I don't think we see that at WrestleMania.
It'd be amazing.
Can you imagine that? Like,
Amazing. They threw it out there as bait, see if it worked, and it did. So when you raise the stakes, it's gonna be just a moneymaker, man.
like I said, you have that dynamic
Sure.
of Anderson and Gallows, who ran with both of them, both former Bullet Club members, Bullet Club leaders at that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Vince McMahon's
Oh, yeah.
interested in putting on
Yeah.
5-star matches. He's interested in making money.
Why that
That would
be
make
a
money, but it's not making him the most money.
So, Luis, your official pick for the 2018 Royal Rumble is Finn Balor. Lock,
Finn Balor.
sealed, sent away. Julio Jeune, who do you have for the 2018 Royal Rumble as your winner?
I alluded to the winner earlier. is going to be Braun Strowman,
Bro,
who will be incapacitated in his WWE title match between Kane and Brock Lesnar. So one of those two will win it. Braun Strowman will then attack the number 30 participant in the Royal Rumble
Oh, you going in depth.
and take his spot to win the Royal Rumble.
Julio Judas, he's taking the
Listen.
mankind route.
Sign me up, WWE. I just made the storyline. Vince, you have to go back to the drawing board. I know that's what you were going to do, and I just spoiled it for everyone.
Oh,
Braun
man.
Strowman is your 2018 Royal Rumble winner. And because of the fact that he attacked the 30th participant to get in and slyly get in, is the reason why we have a triple threat match again at WrestleMania for the title.
You know who would that triple match?
Triple threat.
Who's
Triple
in
threat
that?
match player. Well, Roman Reigns, definitely. Clearly. Him and Braun Strowman already have the beef. And I think probably Brock Lesnar. I mean, you're going to have to. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, WrestleMania.
Didn't we see that match already?
Nope.
We didn't see it.
We
at
saw Samoa Joe
SummerSlam.
in it. We saw a Fatal 4-Way. We didn't see the triple threat yet.
Oh, okay, player. So Julio Jeune is acting
Braun Strowman.
going Julio Long here.
Braun Strowman finally breaks the curse, and the biggest person in the Royal Rumble wins the Royal Rumble.
Okay. When was the last time that happened? Undertaker?
Undertaker, yeah. I mean, but Big Show's probably in that Royal Rumble, which makes him not the biggest person.
Yeah, I guess. Big Show.
Big Show.
All right, so we have one for Finn Balor. That is the Luis Vasquez. And Luis, I know you're checking the time. We put more money on the phone, so you're good. And now we have we have Braun Strowman via taking out the number 30 participant, entering and winning the Royal Rumble. Gentlemen, I have one pick that no one sees coming.
I knew it.
Of
I
course.
knew it. Bring on the Outlanders.
Hey, you thought Enzo was done. Hey, when you thought Enzo was done.
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh my gosh! Here we go. What are you gonna say? Bray Wyatt, Sami Zayn, where you at?
Man, let me tell you, I have.
Oh, I know he's going to say. Oh,
I
my God.
have.
Stevie Ray.
No, even worse.
Come on, man. I'm ready for.
Oh, my God. I know he was going to say that. I know you were going to say that.
Dolph Ziggler, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my
Dolph Ziggler will be your 2018 Royal Rumble winner. Like it or dislike
Finally
it,
get it.
that is what's happening.
If Dolph Ziggler wins the Royal Rumble, I'm canceling my WWE subscription, and I'm not watching this year's WrestleMania. I said it live on this show.
Dolph, look, he's been off television programming since he dropped the U.S. title. I think if they really wanted to pick that feud back up with him and Bobby Roode over the U.S. title, they would have already had him come back.
Not necessarily.
I think they would have had
I
him.
mean, if you recall, Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon had they waited a couple months and then they had a match at WrestleMania for their belt.
Yeah, but that was a little
ladder
different.
match.
Someone was out due to history of
Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match, both U.S. champions.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I think WWE went to that one too many times.
If they go to the Dolph Ziggler wins the Royal Rumble, wishing well.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? He comes out with no entrance music. People are like, who is this entry? And I think he just comes through the crowd and just eliminates. I think he's number 30. He eliminates someone, gets another person over, and bam, Dolph Ziggler is your 2018 Royal Rumble winner.
Literally the worst Royal Rumble of all time if Dolph Ziggler wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, come on.
The worst Royal Rumble. Because you're not building a new star. You're not giving a chance to somebody who the fans are behind.
Well,
you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything with Dolph Ziggler.
If we want to look at it, if we really want to be realistic about stuff, man, Roman Reigns, where are you building another star with that? He's going to win in Philly again, get booed out the building again. Like, no. Dolph Ziggler will win that Royal Rumble. Point blank, period. No matter Braun Strowman can beat up someone and come in at number 30. He's getting super kicked out the ring. Freaking Finn Balor, he's getting super kicked out the ring. Finn Balor not winning. Braun Strowman not winning. Dolph Ziggler winning. He's showing off.
Both of those guys getting hit with a move that's unoriginal by an unoriginal person.
The power slam is not an original finisher.
Braun Strowman's original, though. Dolph Ziggler is not original.
He's not original.
Dolph Ziggler is not original. There's nothing about Dolph Ziggler original.
Braun Strowman is
Kirby. The only original thing about him is his last name. That's it. Ziggler. I've never heard that before. That's it. That's it. Everything else is copied from somebody else.
Nah. Braun Strowman is the berserker.
I'd rather see Harvey Wibbleman come back and win the Royal Rumble.
Oh my
I'd rather see the
disrespect.
I'd rather see the corpse of Mae Young come back and win the Royal Rumble than watch Dolph Ziggler win the Royal Rumble.
Oh my
Dolph Ziggler?
Dolph Ziggler. Just for that reaction right there. Dolph Ziggler will win the 2018 Royal Rumble.
Well, we know one prediction is not going to come true.
Sorry, Luis.
Well, you have it here. We have one Finn Balor.
I'll be available.
One Finn Balor, one Braun Strowman, and one Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, man.
Well, you know what? I don't think anybody picked Randy Orton to win last year's Royal Rumble. So maybe I don't know. But
I think people knew.
I mean, he had a chance. He had way more chance than I'm putting stake in Dolph Ziggler right now.
I think people knew Randy was going to win. I mean, going into last year's Rumble, who they thought was going to win?
Dolph Ziggler. Wow.
Yep.
I was afraid you were going to say that. I wasn't expecting it. Luis, I don't know if you were expecting it. Dolph Ziggler. This 30 entrants, Dolph Ziggler's probably not in my top 20.
Dolph.
Possibilities
and the beauty of it with Dolph, you have him win, and then he just doesn't show up. So people it's in limbo. People don't know what the hell's going on. Kind of have him sting it for a while. That's my biggest thing.
He doesn't have enough of a following, clout. Like, his time passed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dolph. Go be a trainer in NXT or something.
Oh, man, don't disrespect him like that.
And he's a great talent. He's just not main event talent. He doesn't quite meet the bar.
Dolph grabbed the brass ring. He surpassed it. Vince just needs to realize it.
Well, on that note,
I think that concludes our predictions, man. Luis, any final words before you get locked down for the night, man?
Man, it's going to be good regardless of who wins. I don't know about Dolph Ziggler, but regardless of who wins, I think it's going to be a great Royal Rumble. There's going to be a bunch of surprises, some great spots. That I have a good feeling about. So that'll be all right. It'll be worthwhile, and it won't be a waste of our time. So that's my thoughts on what's going to happen, especially with the Women's Royal Rumble. We'll see some great returns. Obviously, that's a given because there aren't enough women to fill out all 30 spots. So that's pretty cool, the anticipation of that. I think it'll be a good match. If Kane wins, that's amazing. Good for him. He deserves it. And go AJ. Go AJ. Let's avoid the catastrophe. So it'll be a good pay-per-view overall, though. People will still be buzzing about it in a good way.
Yeah, I think we got a good card. Obviously, personally, the Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, so I'm definitely excited.
Yep.
The women's match, like Luis alluded to, with all the surprise entrants, the fact that we only know 12 names for the men's match, that's very rare. Usually there's a lot more names, so the rooms for surprises there. Interested to see what happens in this triple threat match. Interested with the handicap match to see what happens. And I think the match of the night is going to be Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I'm excited to see that. So it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, overall, I think this is a solid card. Like I said, with the historic 30 women over the top Royal Rumble, that's interesting to see. The men's Royal Rumble, as you can see, our predictions vary. We don't know what's going to happen there. I think that just makes for a great men's Royal Rumble match. As far as the triple threat match, I think Braun goes over. Like we said earlier, I think it's just his time, but I think they Bray Wyatt him where it's a very short reign. There's a lot of different storylines that can come out of this Royal Rumble pay-per-view, man. There's, like I said, with the 2-on-1 handicap, we can see history made there. The 2 out of the 3 falls match, as Julio said, that's gonna also my match of the night prediction. Seth Rollins, Jason Jordan versus The Bar. That can go anyway. So honestly, I'm looking forward to it this Sunday. Luis, don't drop the soap, my friend.
Wow.
No. Stay strong in there, my brother.
Thanks for buying me another 20 minutes. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. You know, we're giving you the shield fist bump through the glass. You know.
Nonetheless, one of us will be live tweeting from the Unsanctioned Twitter account at UnsanctionedPW. So make sure you hook up to that. Unsanctioned does follow back.
Yes,
so hit us up on Twitter.
Luis.
And thank you, FightBoothPW.com, for hosting this podcast.
Fight Booth.
Luis, tell our fans where they can write to you at. What facility?
Where they can send their letters. Hold your head.
Please, for now, direct everything to unsanctionedpodcast@gmail.com, and it will be transcribed by hand, screen, and handed to.
Wait, well, Julio. Since Julio has been definitely on time, I guess we're gonna have to repurpose that eagle.
I have to build one of them El Chapo tunnels.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
my endeavors on Twitter at Luis Vasquez 617.
All right, this is your boy Jay Holland. You can find me across social media at JOCity, JAYOCITY, unless it's on Facebook at that 781 at the end.
And I'm Julio Jeune. We'll see you at the Rumble.
Rumble!
Yes, sir. Money over here, money over here, yeah. Talk.